A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. There is unrest in the Galactic Senate. Several thousand solar systems have declared their intentions to leave the Republic. This separatist movement, under the leadership of the mysterious Count Dooku, has made it difficult for the limited number of Jedi Knights to maintain peace and order in the galaxy. Senator Amidala, the former Queen of Naboo, is returning to the Galactic Senate to vote on the critical issue of creating an army of the Republic to assist the overwhelmed Jedi. Our story opens in the year 22 BBY. Senator Padme Amidala arrives on Coruscant, attending to oppose the act of creating an army of the Republic. However, upon Padme's arrival, an explosion meant to claim her life takes the life of her decoy instead, handmaiden Corde. A regretful Padme rushes to Corde's side amidst the wreckage. Deeply disturbed by this sudden attack, Captain Gregor Typho begs Padme to leave Corde and retreat to a safe location. She eventually allows herself to be rushed away from the landing pad to meet with Supreme Chancellor Sheev Palpatine and members of the Jedi Council, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Mace Windu, and Grand Master Yoda. Padme demands answers in the face of the Council. Windu suggests the culprit could be disgruntled spice miners on the moons of Naboo. But Padme is quick to point fingers at the Separatist leader, Count Dooku. This raises eyebrows from the Council, given Count Dooku's deep Jedi history, and Windu refuses to believe such an accusation. He's a political idealist, not a murderer. You know, my lady, Count Dooku was once a Jedi. He couldn't assassinate anyone. It's not in his character. With no clear answers in sight, in the impending danger surrounding Padme, Palpatine suggests a security detail led by an old friend like Master Kenobi. Although she is reluctant, Padme agrees to the Chancellor's wishes. Soon after, Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and his impulsive Padawan, Anakin Skywalker, arrive at Padme's quarters to keep her safe. Anakin is visibly nervous, as he hasn't seen Padme since the events on Naboo 10 years prior. Eagerly, she greets Obi-Wan, and is shocked to see Anakin standing behind him, all grown up. "Annie, you'll always be that little boy I knew on Tatooine." That night, a mysterious assassin, later identified as Zam Wessel, discreetly meets with her partner, a man in Mandalorian armor. After explaining her failure to kill Senator Padme, the man provides Wessel with a canister holding 2 cocoons, lethal insect-like creatures with a venomous bite. The man reminds her of the client's urgency, reiterating the importance of making no more mistakes. And with that, she takes off to prepare for her second and final attack. Back at Padme's quarters, Anakin confides in his master about the dreams he had been having of his mother. Obi-Wan reassures him that the dreams will pass, but the conversation turns to his apprentice's intense feelings for Senator Padme. Obi-Wan begins to lecture him on the dangers of his thoughts when they suddenly sense an imminent danger in Padme's bedroom. Springing into action, they rush in and Anakin pounces on Padme's bed, fending off the Cohoons with his lightsaber, while Obi-Wan bursts through the window and grabs hold of the flying droid responsible for the delivery of the lethal creatures. With the Cohoons defeated, Anakin rushes to join his master on a wild pursuit through the skies of Coruscant. The duo seemingly lose Wessel, but Anakin makes a bold dive that ends with him landing on Wessel's ship. After a brief struggle, he causes Wessel's ship to crash land near the Outlander Club, where she momentarily escapes into the crowd. They follow her into the club and split up, trying to locate the changeling assassin. Wessel is apprehended when she attempts to attack Obi-Wan from behind. Dragging the injured assassin outside, they begin to question Wessel about her employer. But just as she's about to give up who hired her, the Mandalorian she had been working with shoots Wessel with a toxic dart, killing her instantly. Empty-handed, Obi-Wan and Anakin return to the Jedi Temple, where the Council assigns Obi-Wan to track down the mysterious Mandalorian and find out who he's been working for. Anakin is then tasked with escorting Padme back to her homeworld of Naboo, where he will stay and protect her. Eager to spend more time with Padme, Anakin accepts, but fears the headstrong senator would resist the council's request. Windu suggests that Anakin, given his close nature to the Supreme Chancellor, should pay him a visit for aid in convincing Padme to leave the capital. Unable to refuse an executive order, she ends up agreeing and trusts her senatorial duties to be handled by Junior Representative Jar Jar Binks until her return. Obi-Wan, on the hunt for leads in his investigation, takes the toxic dart used to kill Zam Wessel to an old friend, Dexter Jester. Dexter identifies it as a saber dart from the aquatic planet Kamino and warns Obi-Wan of the Kaminoan cloners. With Obi-Wan's interest piqued, he tries to locate Kamino in the Jedi archives, but realizes that someone has tampered with them, and the planet has been removed. Calling upon Master Yoda for help, they're able to locate Kamino, and he immediately sets course. Upon arrival, he is greeted by Prime Minister Lama Su and his associates, who surprisingly claim to be expecting him. He sits down with the Prime Minister, who informs Obi-Wan that a clone army had been ordered 10 years ago by the Jedi Master Sifo Dyas. Obi-Wan finds himself conflicted. He had believed that Sifo Dyas had been killed before that time, and didn't want to believe he had been the one to give this order without authorization from the Jedi Council. He is taken on a tour to witness the growing clone army, and learns that a bounty hunter by the name of Jango Fett had been hired as the template for the clones. Obi-Wan, under the impression that Jango must be the bounty hunter he's looking for, arranges to meet with him and his son, Boba, an unaltered clone. The meeting was brief, and upon Obi-Wan leaving, Jango tells his son that they must immediately leave. As they prepare to flee on their ship, Obi-Wan attempts to apprehend him, which leads to an intense one-on-one fight that sends Obi-Wan almost plummeting into the raging seas below. Little did Jango know, Obi-Wan had caught himself and was racing back to the landing pad. Unable to catch Jango and Boba, he managed to secure a homing beacon on his ship, Slave One. Unbeknownst at first to Jango and Boba, Obi-Wan pursues them through space, but Jango had a few tricks up his sleeve and seemingly defeats Obi-Wan. In light of this victory, he and his son continue, not realizing that Obi-Wan had evaded their attack and was silently tailing them to the desert planet Geonosis. Meanwhile, Anakin spends one-on-one time with Padme, protecting her in the lake country of Naboo. They share meals, frolic in fields, and have deep and intimate conversations. But their budding relationship reaches a critical point when Anakin professes his deep love for Padme. She rejects him, knowing a Jedi and their codes of strictly no attachment, and a senator with the ever-scrutinous eyes of the public could never make a relationship work. Disheartened and conflicted, Anakin agrees with Padme to suppress their feelings. One night on Naboo, Anakin is plagued by another dreamlike vision of his mother, Shmi Skywalker. He believes her to be suffering and in danger. Deeply troubled, he tells Padme that he must abandon his duties protecting her to go find and rescue his mother. Padme insists she join him on the search. Grateful for the company, Anakin agrees and the pair travel to his homeworld, Tatooine. Once there, they speak with Anakin's former slaver, Watto, who admits that he sold off his mother to a man named Cliegg Lars, who had freed her and eventually married her. Watto directed them to a moisture farm just outside of Mos Eisley, where Anakin and Padme are told by the Lars family that Shmi had been captured by the nomadic and savage Tusken Raiders a month earlier. Leaving Padme in the hands of Cliegg and his family, Anakin quickly sets off and locates his mother bound and beaten in a Tusken camp. Shmi, though weak and suffering, is eager to finally lay her eyes on her son after so many years. But only moments later, she dies in Anakin's arms. Enraged, he ignites his lightsaber, killing every Tusken Raider in the camp, both young and old. Anakin, no! Back on Coruscant, Yoda senses the dark disturbance in the Force. Following the slaughter, Anakin returns to the Lars homestead with his mother's body. They held a funeral shortly after he had confessed his heinous deeds to Padme. She is visibly concerned, but understands that to feel anger is to be human, and consoles the distraught Jedi. Soon after the funeral, droid R2-D2 appears and informs Anakin and Padme of a message sent from Obi-Wan on Geonosis, informing them that he had infiltrated a meeting between Count Dooku and other leaders behind the Separatist movement. They had unknowingly revealed that they had combined military forces to create a new droid army that would be able to overwhelm the Republic, and that the Trade Federation had been behind the bounty placed on Senator Amidala. Obi-Wan's transmission was unexpectedly cut short as Separatist droids attacked and captured him. Immediately upon Obi-Wan's request, Anakin and Padme transmit the message to the Jedi Council, who instruct Anakin to stay where they are and protect Senator Amidala at all costs, while Windu and the other Jedi rush to aid Obi-Wan. When Anakin is reluctant to disobey the Council's instructions, Padme, knowing the Council would never arrive in time, takes matter into her own hands and insists that if he is to protect her, he must go to Geonosis, because she would be going with or without him. Grateful for her tenacity, Anakin joins her and the two take off in an attempt to rescue Anakin's Jedi Master. However, upon arrival, they soon find themselves caught as well. In light of the news of Separatist plans, the Galactic Senate must meet and debate on a strategy moving forward. Substitute Naboo Representative Jar Jar Binks proposes that Supreme Chancellor Palpatine gain emergency powers, allowing him to make executive decisions, like deploying the newly discovered clone army. The Senate shows overwhelming approval and votes in favor of this action. Palpatine agrees to the proposal, but vows to lay down his emergency powers and return to their beloved democracy once the Separatist threat has been eliminated. Back on Geonosis, Obi-Wan is restrained and imprisoned when Count Dooku tries to make a deal with the Jedi, suggesting that he join in their fight against the Republic. When Obi-Wan refuses, Dooku counters with the claim that the Republic Senate was under the control of Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious. Obi-Wan refuses to believe Dooku, for he had proven himself to be a traitor to both the Jedi and the Republic. Kenobi turns down Dooku's offer. Upon his rejection, Obi-Wan is subsequently sentenced to death alongside Anakin and Padme, who are all placed in a Geonosian arena to be executed. Dooku, the other Separatist leaders, and Jango with his son Boba all gather to watch the execution unfold, as the trio is forced to fight off large alien beasts while being chained to the arena columns. As the three struggle to stay alive, Mace Windu arrives with over 200 other Jedi to intercede with the execution and put an end to the Separatist vile plan. Jedi fill the arena, coming to the aid of Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme. But the battle is far from over. Both sides enter the arena, where the Jedi are forced to face legions of droids head-on. Jango watches from Dooku's side as Windu is almost overtaken by one of the beasts. He attempts to seize this opportunity by descending into the arena, going head-to-head with Jedi Windu. Shortly after they engage with one another, Jango is beheaded by Windu's saber as his son Boba watches in horror. Left and right, Jedi begin to fall, one after another, to the overwhelming Separatist forces. Completely surrounded and outnumbered, Dooku halts the attack to once more propose that they surrender, offering to spare their lives. Windu refuses even in the face of hopelessness. All seems to be lost as they prepare to go down fighting, when suddenly Grand Master Yoda arrives with the Republic's new clone army in tow, rescuing the remaining Jedi. The Separatist leaders flee from the arena in the wake of this new army, including Count Dooku, who is entrusted by Poggle the Lesser with secret plans for an ultimate weapon. Obi-Wan and Skywalker hunt down Dooku in an attempt to capture him, possibly ending the war. Once they approach Dooku in his secret hangar, Anakin acts impulsively and doesn't heed Obi-Wan's advice. Foolishly, he rushes Dooku alone and is instantly tossed aside, rendering him momentarily incapacitated. Obi-Wan battles Dooku, but Dooku proves just how powerful he is and causes serious injury to Obi-Wan. Dooku towers over Kenobi, who is curled up on the ground, unable to defend himself, Anakin lunges forward, blocking the critical strike of Dooku. And in a final attempt to aid his Padawan, Obi-Wan tosses a lightsaber to Anakin. The battle goes on, but it isn't long before Dooku overpowers Anakin once more and subsequently disarms him by using his saber to sever Anakin's right arm. With both of the Jedi out of commission, he is about to make his final escape when Grand Master Yoda suddenly appears to confront the newfound Sith. The two stand head to head, where Dooku demonstrates his skill, nearly matching that of Master Yoda. It's clear that Dooku has become strong with the dark side of the Force, as he uses his knowledge of the Force to try and crush Yoda with multiple flying debris. The two stand at odds, neither able to overcome the other. Dooku, understanding that he won't be able to overcome Yoda with the Force, wields his saber once more, challenging Yoda to a duel. Their sabers begin to dance as they move about the hangar, and for a time, Dooku is able to hold his own. But it becomes clear that he will not be able to easily defeat his old master. He creates a distraction by using the Force to collapse a pillar toward the incapacitated Anakin and Obi-Wan. Yoda immediately puts his saber away and uses all his focus to save the Jedi. Dooku uses the opportunity to escape the hangar and meet with his master, Darth Sidious. He commends Dooku and is pleased that everything seems to be going according to plan. The Jedi regroup on Coruscant at the Jedi Temple to discuss the new revelation brought forth by the day's events. Obi-Wan and Windu are concerned about Dooku's claim that the Republic's Senate is being controlled by a Sith, but Yoda is hesitant to trust Dooku. Nonetheless, he and Windu agree to keep a close watch on the Senate. Obi-Wan, though once unsure, voices his gratitude for the clone army. But Yoda is quick to correct Obi-Wan's false sense of victory. Begun, the Clone War has. In the final scene of this story, we're taken back to Naboo. Anakin, now equipped with a mechanical arm, stands before Padme as the two marry in secret.